All right, so today I'm just going over the fact that we have polymorphism and how it works. So the basic idea, I think you understand, if something is a mammal, it can do mammal things, and if one's a dog, it can do dog things. And what I mean by that is, I have a mammal, and that is a class. It has 2 legs to start, or it has a number of legs that you choose to give it. Then it does have a method called I am, and it says I am a mammal. Now, when I have a dog, the dog extends mammal. That means it has legs and it has weight. I don't know. I'm making it easy. Okay, and this is an overridden method. Excuse me. Let's do it this way. This is an overridden method. You override a method when it is the same name as a method in the parent class. Okay, so this one has the same name as the I am, but this one says I am a dog. Now, if someone's a dog, or a mammal is a dog, then you understand it's a dog. It doesn't need to, there's no misunderstanding there. The problem is when we have something like this, where we have a dog hiding, a mammal that's hiding the fact that it's a dog. There's reasons for it, okay? So what you have to understand now is what gets called and what's allowed to be called. So what you have to understand is mammal is this guy's run time or compile time class. So at compile time, the only ones that are going to work are mammals. So I can do mammal dot get, I think it's get legs, and it will return the number of legs. Okay, so when I run it, everything should be fine. And its number of legs should be 4. Okay, because the dog calls the superconstructor, and it must always call the superconstructor as the first line. Okay, if I did not put a 4 in here, it would have called the constructor here that has the default constructor, and it would have given legs of 2. So I put a 4 in there, and it winds up calling this one and setting legs equal to 4. So that's a way to call different constructors. There we go. We just put the parameters that we want. It understands that super 4 means I'm going to call the constructor there. Okay, so if I try to call one of the dog's methods, so this is fine. When I try to call one of the dog's methods, so even though it is technically a dog, sorry, I forget what to press on a keyboard. So if I want to call get weight, and I try to run it, this will be a problem because weight is not in the mammal class. It should be able to do it because it's a dog, but it can't. So what we do is we typecast to make it work. Okay, it does have a weight. Dog, in this case, the dog's weight is 5 pounds. So his legs, he has 4, and his weight is 5, the default value that I set, but I can't access it because the compiler says it does not have access to that particular method. Okay, so what I do is I typecast, and I have to typecast before the dot here because the dot has precedence. It'll do the dot before it does the typecasting. So I put parentheses around mammal and then parentheses next to it, and I make it a dog. So I'm making it a dog for this minute so that it can access the get weight. So then this is okay, and it should say 5.0 because it's a double. Okay, so I went over here. The only ones that my mammal is allowed to access are mammal class methods. So if I typecast it, then it has access to all these. Now, if we have the differences, if we have an overridden method, so this one has a method called IM, and this one has a method called IAM. That means that I overrode this one here. So if it looks at, and if I try to run IAM, mammal has that method. IAM exists in mammal. So it's going to compile, but when it actually runs, it runs the dog. Because it knows what it truly is. I am a dog. Okay, so that's the difference. At compile time, it checks, and we call it the referenced method. The referenced class. So it's this one. We'll just call it the first, or the referenced class. Okay, at runtime, it runs the instantiated class, or the one that was actually constructed it. So the parentheses mean it was the constructed one. So we'll just call it the second. Okay, the instantiated class. It's an important concept, and this is the idea of polymorphism, meaning we can do all these different things, but in essence it's a dog, so it's going to be a dog when it runs the overridden methods. This only deals with overridden methods that exist both in the parent and the subclass, or parent and the child. So in the parent and the child, if you have the same methods, it will compile just fine, but it will always run the child. Okay? Have a good day.